So my name's Alexis Roselle. I'm the community lead at Origin PC. I'm also known as Koozie on the internet, so hello, friends. I handle all of our community-based activations here at Origin, including our social media, our giveaways, our partnerships. So yeah, we're many hats here. Take a picture of the seat with your battle station and we'll send you a shirt. I was like, that is really, that was so cool.
Yeah, those are our hashtag GameOP posts.
There's the mural.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful mural.
Koozie behind you.
Oh. That's a lot. That's a book. You got it.
Oh, baby!
Oh, man.
So I actually was, before this, was doing something completely different. I was training to become a manager at a restaurant I've been working at for a while. I was going to school. I sat down with our director. At that point, I kind of sat back and I was like, man, I am going to school for computer engineering and this is kind of what I want to do. So I was actually browsing Facebook one day and I saw a friend of mine from high school started posting stuff about Origin PC. She reached back and said, actually, my husband's one of the co-founders. I'm like, oh, hello. Long story short there, I ended up getting the job, but I ended up getting the job in assembly. So, but I saw just the interaction. Like I would get excited to go to a stream and interact with the streamer who's just a regular person just playing video games, So I started thinking, man, what a great way to reach our audience. Wouldn't it be neat if we could actually interact with them live and show them what we do live and just have that kind of audience interaction? I think it would be a huge benefit. So we use a program called Restream. You plug in all your channels, whether your Twitch and your Mixer, all into this one channel. You use that stream key on OBS and boom, you just stream out to all the platforms at once, and it's been awesome. Put yourself out there, really. When it comes to working in the gaming industry, it's just kind of putting yourself out there, even with no experience in the gaming industry. If you're really passionate about what you want to do and where you want to go, you can get there and make it happen. Just sticking to it, being consistent, do further than what's expected. And it helps. It goes a long way.
Oh, bro. Ooh. Ah, that was dirty. Whoa!
The rarest dance in the game. Do you have it?
Nope.
I can snipe.
Oh!
Great. So let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1. Tell us who you are and a little about yourself.
So my name's Reed, or better known on pretty much YouTube and Twitter and everywhere as ElectricShock 14. A lot of people just see me as ElectricShock, but I am actually, there's the 14 at the end. And the reason because the 14 is actually because I made the channel when I was 14, and it wouldn't just let me do ElectricShock because that was taken, so I had to put a 14 in there. But I do live in the United States. I live on the East Coast. I live somewhere in Vermont. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but that's where I have lived and grown up my whole life. I've been doing YouTube since about 2012, so since I was 12 years old, and I'm about 19 now, so it's been quite a while and a pretty big journey on YouTube and being a creator and being an influencer, and I've really sort of made my ground and made a scene in especially the Call of Duty scene in the community recently.
Interesting. Well, I've got a lot of questions about your Call of Duty scene debut and the things that you're doing there. But before we jump into a little bit about how you're currently gaming, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you started gaming?
So I started gaming when I was, I don't know, probably too young to even remember. The first game that I ever played was Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Oh, yeah.
That game, I was probably way too young to be playing it because that was a pretty bloody, deadly game. But, my dad was like, hey, try this game out. That's what really, really got me into gaming. And then I went to a sort of discount store and I found, keep in mind, all my gaming started on PC. Everything. I've never used old Xboxes, PS4s, Nintendos, anything. It's always been PC for me.
Wow.
Up until recently. So I found Call of Duty 1 at this discount store on CD, and that was really my start of Call of Duty, and then it sort of pushed me into other stuff.
So you found it in a bargain bin, basically, and you picked it up
Yeah.
and decided, what's this game about?
Exactly.
It's kind of awesome. A lot in there as well. You said you started on PC and then started picking up console. That's an uncommon path, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely uncommon.
I take it your dad had a PC and was a PC gamer as well. Is that kind of how you got started that way?
Yeah, my dad built his own PC, so it was sort of like, my dad never had a console in the house. It was always PC.
Interesting. What type of consoles do you play now?
So I did have an Xbox, but now I've sort of just been sticking to PS4 Pro because, that's what the DLC for Call of Duty is first on, so I want to get those videos out and stuff, so that's why I have a PS4 mainly.
Oh, that's pretty smart of you to jump in. How do you get that streaming to your main Twitch accounts?
What do you mean by that?
Do you use something like PS4 Remote Play in order to throw to your PC and then stream normally, or do you have like a rig set up on your PS4?
I use the Elgato HD Pro something. I don't remember what it is, but it's the one that goes in your PC for the PCI slot, and that connects to my PS4, and from that it goes into my PC to my OBS on my computer, so I can pick up my PS4 onto my OBS on my computer.
Very cool. Is that kind of like your first iteration of the process? Elgato is, I think, one of the better setups that you can get there. Or
Yeah. The only recording thing that I've ever had was the Elgato. That's like the first thing I've ever had. I've never used one of those old ones actually. Those old.
Interesting.
Ones.
Yeah, no, it's got to be the fastest way that you could do it. I've been doing some PS4 remote play, and it's good over cross-wired connections, but once you start throwing in Wi-Fi or distance, it becomes a little bit more finicky. Fortunately, our cables are short, so it's not that bad. Sounds like you've got the premium setup there. How did you get started, or what? You said Call of Duty is the DLC that caused you to go to PS4 over PC. How long did you play on PC for?
So I played on PC all my life up until Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Once Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out, that's when I bought my first ever Xbox One, and I fully grinded out on that. I played all the DLC, got the DLC early. And keep in mind, I do believe Advanced Warfare was the last Call of Duty to have the Xbox exclusivity. So after that, I moved to PS4 and PC. I do kind of enjoy playing games more on the PC though, but I mainly use the PS4 as sort of my content, my source of content.
No, that makes a lot of sense, especially because that time sensitivity thing you got. But I noticed your channel, you also play a lot of Fortnite lately. I didn't notice though, are you playing Fortnite on the PC or are you playing it on a console as well?
So I play Fortnite only on the PC. Okay. I wish I could play on PS4 so I could catch some more noobs, but I much rather play it on the PC. I think it's way more enjoyable. I think Battle Royale games in general are more enjoyable. I played the Blackout beta on the PS4, absolutely hated it. Played it on PC, and I loved it.
Really? What was the difference, do you think?
The difference probably is just that I'm used to playing on PC all my life. I'm more comfortable. As well as the graphics. The graphics are a million times better on PC, and it's just smoother and nicer, and ease of playing, I feel, is a lot better on PC.
So do you think that when you're doing your actual gaming, like when you care about performance and are really grinding it out, you find yourself playing on PC for personal enjoyments and content there, but you basically are using Call of Duty on PlayStation just for new content, which maybe more news type content? Is that kind of the breakdown?
Yeah, exactly. If I want to chill and play, I'm on PC. If I want to make some videos about some new stuff, I'm on console. I'm wherever I need to be for that content.
No, I think that's pretty important. I myself have every console as well, and if I didn't have Spider-Man right now, I'd be going crazy. I know a lot of Fortnite players, though, traditionally come for the PlayStation because of its original release, and it was free there. And it was the first console to have that deal. So have you even tried to play the PlayStation as well? I know a lot of the pros even still use the controller. Or again, was that one of those scenarios where you were just like, no, PC, can't beat it?
Yeah, I have tried on PS4 a few times, but I just really do not like it. I feel like, I don't know, I really feel like some games are meant to be played on PC. Some games were built on PC. Now, I do feel, though, that some games are meant for console. Like, Call of Duty's multiplayer, it's always better on console. That's just my opinion. I think it's a console game. But Blackout, though, that felt a lot more PC. Like it was built on PC.
So you just think that's because Call of Duty has traditionally been a console game, so it's been optimized for that platform, and it isn't yet necessarily a PC-forward interface?
Yeah, definitely, especially the multiplayer.
Yeah. Interesting. I know your channel, though, covers a lot more than just Fortnite and Call of Duty. You've got channels dedicated to Black Ops. Your most common your current videos are a lot of Fortnite and stuff, but you do a lot of live reaction videos and videos for your sponsors and stuff. What can you tell me about your channel's development and kind of how you got to this balance of content? Because like you said, you started this when you're 14 and you've been streaming for many years. I saw that you created your account in 2013, but when did you actually start streaming, and how did it become what it is today?
So basically, I have not revealed this channel to anybody yet. Maybe I'll do it like at 100K or something. But when I was 12 years old, I created my first YouTube channel, which will not be named yet. I don't want anybody watching those secret videos yet. But
We'll find you.
When I was 12, I made my first ever video, and that video was an unboxing video. I love to unbox things. That was always my original passion, is unboxing new products. I always really like that. So if you look at my channel, you will see unboxings here and there. And speaking of unboxings, tomorrow I'm getting the iPhone XS and doing an unboxing of it.
Cool.
So really excited about that. But basically I went from unboxings, and then I slowly graduated to get on Call of Duty and introduce games. And then I moved on for about 2-3 years to Call of Duty glitch videos. So getting in secret spots here and there. I actually have old glitch compilation for, I think, Call of Duty Ghosts that went up on a community channel and has like almost 1 million views. It's like a compilation of tons of glitches and spots and stuff. But that was really my passion for a while. Just glitch videos, Call of Duty news videos. That's what I did for a long time. I did not get into streaming until about last July. So July of 2017, I think, is when I first got into streaming. Because my whole life, I've been with very bad internet until I moved. And that's what made me able to stream. So I've been streaming ever since because I've really enjoyed it. I like having that instant interaction with fans and people and followers that are in your stream. I really enjoy that instant, that sort of being able to talk to someone. I feel like live streaming, you connect with your fan base so much more than videos. You connect with them with their lives, you connect with them, how they're feeling and everything, and I feel like it makes them have a stronger bond towards you and your channel as more, especially when you're a streamer that actually pays attention and replies to the chat as much as you can. And you know, as the simplest thing, like saying their name and being like, hey Josh, what's up, they will subscribe just when they do that. I've learned a lot about that from streaming. Because they'll feel noticed and cared about, versus some other streamers, they really won't care. They won't really look at the chat. But that's really why I love streaming. And lately, I make a lot of Fortnite videos just because I enjoy Fortnite. It also is very popular right now, so it's good for growing. It's good for views. I'm really excited about Black Ops 4. Gonna get on that grind again. Gonna be streaming zombies. Really enjoy streaming zombies and stuff. And I also, one of my biggest videos that I make every year is the midnight release vlog for Call of Duty. Last year, I think it almost got 400,000 views for the World War II midnight release vlog. So I'm really excited about the Black Ops 4 one. So I do vlogs, I do unboxings, I do live streams, a big variety of content, and I also am massively known as the Gfuel god, basically, on YouTube and everywhere. Everybody's like, I have this series called Does It Gfuel, and I am the original creator of that. I made those videos for like the past 3 years. I've always been a huge Gfuel fan. I love it. I love the products. I hope to work with them one day. And I've just, yeah, that's also been a huge part of my channel is Gfuel.
That's pretty uncommon, actually. I noticed on your channel, as a sponsor, it's really impressive to have any content made about your product. But you've really dedicated a huge amount of your time and attention to creating this. And you've created something quite impressive. It's not just like, everyone has videos, update videos, small vlogs that don't trigger, you get 500 views, whatever. But typically when you have these sponsor type videos, they fall into the same kind of category. They're just not one of your grand slam videos. But looking over your channel, it looks like a lot of your Gfuel videos are extremely highly viewed in the tens of thousands. How did you manage to do that? What is the trick to becoming the Gfuel god?
Well, I think, so the reason is you will have 10 people upload a Gfuel taste test on cotton candy, the new flavor for Gfuel. But for a few years, I've been making myself a staple in the Gfuel community as the main person. Are you going to click on, for example, are you going to click on like, I don't know, MKBHD to watch an iPhone review or some random person? That's sort of where I fall into. They see my video, they recognize my thumbnail, they know that I'm honest about reviewing the products, they know that I go very into depth, and I also feel like it plays a part that I'm verified and I have a lot of followers. So my video gets a lot of views right away, and it gets right at the top of the search list. And then it just keeps on gaining views. Gfuel taste test can get anywhere from 50,000 views to 200,000 for me. And that's a lot of views for a drink. That it's crazy the amount of followers for Gamma Labs. And I'm glad to make videos about their products because I love them.
Yeah, tell me about your relationship with Gamma Labs. I mean, at this point, you have to be their favorite person in the world. There's no one who has this kind of success rate with production for ads, basically. You pay to get them out there, not go viral, which looks like yours are. How's that impacted your relationship with your sponsor?
So, yes, I do get, being honest, I have probably given Gamma Labs so many new fans and not sponsors, but people that buy their products because of my videos and all the views. But that's not necessarily what they're looking for in a sponsor if they want to sponsor me. They told me a year ago, they said, make some streams, make some videos, make your channel more about you, basically what they told me. Make it so you can upload a video about you and it'll get 10,000 views. They didn't want my channel to be oversaturated with just, Gfuel this, Gfuel that. So I totally understood that. I took that as not something to put me down and be like, oh, well, I'm never gonna get sponsored. No, I took it and I tried harder, and I've went from like 20 viewers concurrent on a stream to 2 days ago I had 320 people watching.
Congratulations. That's a huge growth. How long did it take?
I appreciate that. It's taken me about a year to really get to this amount of viewers concurrently watching.
Nice.
But it's hard. It's very hard to get I've learned it's very hard to keep people watching your stream. You have to constantly be reading the chat, especially when you're a growing YouTuber and streamer. You have to constantly be reading the chat, constantly caring about those people in the stream, and really, really pay attention to them. And also, I've learned recently a few tips and tricks that I don't know if I want to really give out, but a few ways that I've really found that people will stay in the stream, especially the Fortnite streams. But I'm really, really glad that I'm finally, getting up there on the streams and people are noticing me, because it honestly is just awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like you have your attention in the right focus as far as the people, the communication, and then looking for tips and tricks along the way that kind of help you out. To go it all the way up to 300, you're clearly learning some efficiencies along the way. And I'm not going to ask you to give away all of your secrets, but you got to give something to me. What's one of these tips or tricks or something about it maybe that can kind of give us a little bit of guidance?
So I've really, really noticed a way to peak viewership and get new people in the stream is to sort of put a countdown in your stream. So people will get in the stream and they'll see like, 10 minutes left until the item shop updates or the cube moves. I don't know if you've heard about the cube in Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
But it moves like every 30 minutes. People will see, 10 minutes left. I'm going to stay in the stream and see what happens. So they stay in the stream. I mean, you see your viewers go up. You mention to them, hey guys, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. There you go. 50 plus subscribers. You just have to really, really get yourself up there. And once you get up there in the views, just don't push it on them, but mention like, hey, I would appreciate it if anybody subscribed to the channel. And also I noticed something. Once you push 100 viewers on YouTube, YouTube really starts to put you in that recommended live stream list, and you start to get new people in your stream. If I'm below 100 viewers, I don't really get any new subscribers, which is interesting.
So you actually notice a difference as far as people's willingness to follow you if there's 100 people watching at once?
Yeah, if there's more than 100 people, I feel like YouTube sort of will put you in the recommended, essentially, and more people will click on your stream.
Do you think it's a function of being recommended, though, or a function of people that are in your stream that see 100 people and are like, wow, this guy must be popular. Let's follow him.
Yeah, it's probably a combination of both. That's my guess. I mean, that's just how the human brain works. If you see someone that's big, you're going to be like, oh, well, they must be good. Subscribe,
Right? That crowd thought mentality. My parents used to always call it the parking lot test going into restaurants. There's enough people in the parking lot, it's probably a good place.
Exactly. Yeah, same thing works.
So you're building anticipation then with your audience with techniques like that timer, which is pretty ingenious to come up with that off of just the rotation of the cube moving. How very opportunistic of you. Is that something you came up with yourself, or did you glean this from somebody else's channel?
So I started doing the cube countdowns probably near like the first people when the cube started to move and appear. But I didn't actually put like a timer countdown in the stream. I only just started recently doing that like a week ago, and I noticed a huge jump in views because I never actually had the timer in there. I just said, 10 minutes left, guys. So I think the key is you have to have a physical timer on your overlay.
Interesting. I'm sure you've collected a lot of these little efficiencies along the way, and your viewership shows it. I noticed that your channel itself is still relatively light, though, follower-wise, and I know it's a completely different model than YouTube. What can you tell me about the things that you've learned as far as the differences from growing a YouTube channel versus growing a Twitch channel, and kind of how your audience has or has not translated over to the Twitch scene?
Well, I only just recently, I don't know, I started streaming on Twitch years and years ago. I really didn't like it. I've recently started to stream on Twitch again, just sort of like dual streaming both at the same time. It's weird. I'll have like 320 watching on YouTube, but only 2 watching on Twitch. It's people just they watch me because they like YouTube and they like to watch me on YouTube. Nobody really likes to watch Twitch, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like your audience is mostly YouTube audience, so they see when you go live and are notified and recognize and expect you to be where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Yep. That's I haven't heard too many people having significant success on YouTube live streaming. For you to have such a different balance is, I don't know about unique, but it's definitely different than the traditional streaming experiences. I think YouTube Live gets more popular and Facebook Live gets more popular. People will probably start seeing leans in either direction. I can see why you would stay to YouTube, and it's unfortunate you're not seeing as much traction on Twitch yet. But have you tried to look at something like Mixer or maybe Facebook Live as well to just kind of cast a net?
Yeah, I have heard about Mixer and Facebook Live, but I haven't really looked too much into it. I don't really. I do have probably about 1,000 likes on my Facebook page, but I don't really feel like people would want to watch me on Facebook. Who knows? Maybe I should give it a try, and just stream on 4 places at once every day when I stream, because it's pretty easy. There's this website that I use to basically stream on multiple platforms at once.
Is it called Restream.io?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Alexis from Origin PC told me about that one. Really great, but that comes with the caveat that you're not allowed to do it if you're a Twitch partner. Unfortunately, the monetization improvements that they give you from being a partner limits you from being able to do it on other platforms at the same time.
That's I don't really like that.
Yeah, it's really limiting to your potential reach, but it can increase your monetization ability on that one platform. So it sounds like for you with YouTube, you'd have no need for that, or even a concern for it yet. But you never know. Maybe it takes over. Maybe you want more than bits.
Yeah, I don't really I don't know. I've never really liked Twitch that much, and I've always felt, especially when YouTube gaming first came out, I told people, I said YouTube gaming is gonna be something. I'm gonna stream on here because I like it and I want to gain my fan base on here. And I was one of the first people to have the sponsor button on YouTube gaming.
Cool.
A little bit over a year ago. And I remember when I got the sponsor button, I had a whole bunch of bigger YouTubers with millions of subs coming to me saying like, "Hey, how did you get the sponsor button?" Which is another topic to bring up. In the YouTube scene, people don't really talk to you until they need something from you. That's something. That's one thing that I've learned.
Sounds a little bit more like business than friendships. I hear kind of the opposite on Twitch, though. A lot of it's just the community, and a lot of the content is created through the interactions between the different channels and their various influencers. Have you noticed that being specific to YouTube?
I haven't really had much experience of Twitch. It's only really been YouTube, yeah.
Fair. I find that surprising. I figured y'all would want to be friends. Have you considered joining a stream team or anything like that, or connect yourself with other people?
I am in sort of a little stream team called Darkness Nation, where sort of there are a whole bunch of big YouTubers really wanted to sort of start a team, but it really hasn't. Just like a lot of teams, it really hasn't gone anywhere. But I'm trying to give it a chance, and trying to give it a go. See what happens.
No, I hear you. You're clearly putting out a lot of content. At 855 video uploads and your 56,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel, you've already pulled in 5.6 million views on YouTube alone. That's massive. I come across a lot of the largest Twitch streamers that I have a chance to discuss that are repping the largest teams in the world, and their total view count matches yours.
Yeah, so, I mean, and keep in mind, and I had about 500 more videos in 2015, but my channel got hacked and they deleted all my videos back in 2015.
Yeah, that was actually a question that I wanted to ask you about. I don't know necessarily if this is the 2015 story, but if so, if not, you've got some dramatic events going on in your channel's lifetime. I remember personally, we've been working with each other for about a year or two now, I believe, since the first time you contacted with OPSeat and got our 2017 edition chair. Which, by the way, I can't even tell you how grateful we were for you to make that video for us. You were one of the very first people that produced an unboxing video, and it really helped give us something to share, and it was really valuable and important to us.
That's exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for an up-and-coming company just like this. I was looking for somebody that was passionate and that wasn't charging $800 a chair. Because I was looking for a company that my fans could afford, basically. And that's really why I contacted you guys. I was like, I would love to make a video about this, and I'm so glad I really got the name out there. I'm so glad.
We are too. In the very beginning, because of you were an early adopter. Similar, I think that you've now given us the story in a couple such scenarios, being early to the YouTube badge and things like that. But you were so new to us, when people would come to look for information about us, you were always the first person that kind of showed up in the rankings. So your affiliate count did probably pretty well for it at the time, which was really exciting to see that somehow it could get back to you in some ways. I know it doesn't always work that way for everyone or consistently, depending on what's popular and what's not. But we've loved what you've done with us, and I saw your red desk and red chair that you got as well, the GM. What do you think of that setup?
I absolutely love the setup at the moment. I've got the red NZXT case and the Grandmaster chair and the desk. It's just awesome setup now at the moment. I've had a few people come over to my house and they're like, I have never seen a desk like that. Holy crap, it looks so cool.
Because it's one of a kind. We made it ourselves in Wisconsin.
Yeah, everybody's like, whoa, it looks so awesome, and they love the soft texture of the red outline. Yeah,
the custom urethane composite that we created for it. I'm sitting on a white one right now, and my wrists feel so good when I'm gaming. The height adjustability, it feels so good, and it looks so freaking sharp. I also have an NZXT case. I got the black one with the white interior because I got the white desk. I'm not partnered with NZXT anybody. I love Origin PC, to be honest. I'm probably going to get another one of those coming up soon, but NZXT does good work too.
I know, right?
But let's get back to your channel, though. Thank you for saying good things about our stuff. We're happy that you've enjoyed it. And again, if you ever have any tips or tricks or things that you could recommend for us for version 2.0, let me know. I'll be happy to include them into our planning.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but about your channel, so you said in 2015 you lost a lot of videos. How many did you say you lost?
I think I lost about 500 videos.
Holy shit. That would end most people's careers. How did you get... What happened?
So basically what happened was one night someone on Skype, these are the days when Skype was a big thing. One day on Skype somebody asked me, hey, do you mind testing out my Minecraft program? So I was like, hey, yo, sure, I'm a nice guy. I'm going to check out what this guy made. So I opened this app or whatever. He sent it to me on Skype. And it was just like, I don't know, it opened up and it said, like, settings logged or something. And then I was like, oh, I don't know, whatever. I closed it. And then I started to upload my video for the night, and I went to bed. Little did I know, he installed some sort of, like, team viewer thing. Or, like, something where you can see the screen and control the computer. So all night long, he was just going on my Google, going on my YouTube, deleting videos, going on my Facebook, going on my PayPal, going on my bank account, anything he could think of, going and doing anything he wants. I just don't understand why he deleted all my videos. What's the point?
What was the
reason?
Makes
no sense.
Yeah, he was just trolling you. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
How malicious.
It's just... videos mean a lot because all those videos are always getting views and always getting subscribers, and if you have a lot of videos, it's a lot easier to grow on YouTube and you always get a consistent amount of views. So it really broke my channel, and I was considering giving up. That was the only time in YouTube that I thought, maybe I should just, whatever, I should stop this thing. But I didn't, and I almost at 60K, so I guess something told me not to stop.
Yeah. What was your original game content about? Was it a similar type of content?
At that time, I actually remember the video that I uploaded the night before that happened. Yeah, the video that I uploaded, I believe it was Call of Duty Ghost, a new double XP weekend news. So I uploaded a Call of Duty Ghost news video. So I was uploading a lot of Call of Duty Ghost content right around then.
So a similar type of content. Were you able to reclaim any of it and repost it under?
So I believe I tried contacting YouTube, and nothing. They couldn't get any of the videos back or anything, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But now, through everything that I've been through, I do actually have someone. His name's Nick. He works at YouTube. He's a manager in some field. I'm not sure where it is, but any problems that I basically have, I just email him and he fixes them. Such a great guy. I'm so glad YouTube sort of gave me I guess sort of someone that I can contact finally. Because if you're any YouTuber under 10K subs, you don't really have anybody to contact. It's just random help@youtube.com, and it's just some automated thing. So I'm so glad I actually have somebody that I can contact that's an actual person at YouTube now.
Yeah, how'd you get a hold of that guy? He seems pretty valuable. Was it just when you hit 10,000 subs he introduced himself, kind of? So
he actually emailed me when I hit 20, 30K subs. He said, hello, we would love to call you. He said something about we're based in California. We would love to call you and discuss your videos and your channel. And I believe they also invited me to a YouTube event and stuff, but I couldn't go just because, school and stuff. But basically, he said he would love to stay in contact, and he would love to... He told me this. He said, is there one thing you want? What do you want? I told him I would love to be verified. He verified me in 2 days on YouTube. Cool. I got the check mark at 20K. Everybody was so jealous. They're like, how did you get the check mark? How did you get the YouTube check mark? They're like... Because now I believe it's 100,000 subscribers to get that check mark. Wow. So was this before that mark, or was he just doing you a favor for some reason? He basically just asked if there's anything I want as a content creator, and I said I would love the check mark. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I really don't know why they contacted me. They just wanted to, interview, I guess, some creators. I wonder if they knew about your 2015 story and you were a flagged account or something. It seems like you got special treatment in that scenario, no? Yeah, I'm super glad I had him, though. Super glad I had him, because recently, I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if I think you guys remember more. It was my second question, yeah. Yeah, that's my second question, because I didn't know about 2015, but I knew of what happened, 2017? I believe that happened February of this year. Oh, yeah, so that's pretty recent. So January, I noticed February. Your channel's been recovered. What happened there? So basically, someone reported my channel. I don't know, just like anybody can do. I'm sure my channel gets reported 20 times a day, trolls trying to get my channel taken down. Yeah. But one report actually went through. I never actually got to find out what the report was, but my channel was taken down, and just, the same old community guidelines taken down. No actual explanation. So basically they had no reason or anything to take my channel down. And funny thing is, Keemstar actually looked at my channel and stuff, and he said he contacted one of his YouTube reps, and they said my channel was taken down because of fake giveaways.
What?
And I have never not sent someone something when I've done a giveaway or anything. And
Wow.
my fans and I, we freaking went hard at it. We showed like 50 pictures of my fans getting, free Gfuel, free codes, anything that I've ever given away. And eventually I got my channel back. I threatened actually to sue Google as a small claims lawsuit. As soon as I mentioned the word sue in my appeal, they gave me my channel back. They were like, okay, we don't want to deal with this. I'm guessing they thought, we don't want to deal with this, let's just give them the channel back. But yeah, I was completely wrongfully terminated back in February.
Wow,
For
how long
a
did
month long.
a month long?
Yeah, a month long, which was awful for the and I don't know if you remember this, but I tweeted about it, and my tweet, I've never had a viral tweet. I actually had a viral tweet. It blew up. I tweeted, my channel was taken down wrongfully, blah, 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 this and that, and I think it got over 10,000 retweets.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's how
so
touching though to know that the community had your back like that.
Yeah, that's what you get for getting to know a lot of people in the community and just being nice to one another, is you'll get people to respect you and then support you in times of need, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like that's what happened. So, has your channel fully recovered? Are you still getting the same kind of viewership that you got before the ban? Or...
Right around the ban, I believe my channel was doing very well. I was getting like 100 viewers on a stream. And then, I had a really big downfall after I got my channel back. I was like 30 viewers. Then I was gaining to 40, 50, and now I'm way back to like 300, 200. And, I'm growing again.
Bigger than you ever were, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can imagine going away for a month has to impact your viewership. I hear some of the larger streamers, when they disappear for a competition or something, and they'll lose 30 or 40 people in an evening or in an hour, depending on their size. People, if you're not streaming, they're just gonna go somewhere else for the period and come back when you're ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it like an uphill battle to get people to like remind them that you're in business again? Like after a month hiatus, did people just kind of forget, or were they still like there with you championing?
Well, I really tried to get people to keep in contact with me on Discord. But that was only so many people.
Yeah.
I really tried to keep in contact with people from Twitter to Discord to Instagram to Snapchat, because consistency is the biggest thing on YouTube. You have to keep your fans being like, oh, is he gonna upload tonight? I think he usually has a stream every night, so I'm gonna go to his channel. So that's a really big thing. So it really did take a toll on the channel. When I got my channel back, it was so long. It was such a long time that my channel was down, to where all the heat sort of died down and people started to sort of forget. Because if my channel came back like within a week, I would have probably gained, because my tweet was going viral, everything was going viral, but it was just so long. It was just too long.
Yeah, it broke that period of being able to capitalize on that initial interest. Damn. Well, I'm glad you pulled back through. That sounds unjustified and probably incredibly aggravating. I would have broken a monitor or something if that had happened to me unjustly. Probably just a random complaint that never quite checked. How could this guy give away so much G Fuel?
it wasn't really anger. It was more of, it was to the point of crying. When you work that hard, and you work that hard for so many years. I mean, it's all of my teen years have been YouTube.
Wow.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
What a huge loss in documentation.
Exactly. That's why I should probably invest in some sort of way to save all my videos since I got them back.
Google
just so I
Drive
can watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it sounds like you've been doing this for a very long time. What kind of got you started in the idea that you could do this professionally or in some manner that could one day become professionally? Because you said your entire teen years were based on this. A lot of people have, like, I went away to college and I figured I'd try it out. But to do it at such a young age, what kind of gave you the idea that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, I've always wanted to be different than other people. I've never really wanted a real job, if you know what I mean. I've always sort of wanted to make my own schedule, do my own thing. And I mean, right now YouTube is good enough to me to where I've bought my own car, you know, I pay the bills, I pay my phone bill, I buy this, you know, internet bill, stuff like that. I bought all of my equipment, everything, you know, nothing is daddy or mommy's money, basically. Everything is worked for, and that's sort of what I wanted. I wanted to get all this stuff without having to work a day. And I actually did work one day. I worked at a restaurant for one day.
Only
one day doing dishes, and then I quit.
That's the worst job you could have got, dishwasher at a restaurant.
And then I quit. I was like, okay, nope, I'm not doing that.
That's what that's about. No, thank you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome that you got onto it so quickly. I unfortunately managed to knock around in a restaurant for almost 7 years before I managed to pull out my path. Yeah, it's how I got myself through college. But to get on this path, I mean, YouTubing, to be on that in early high school, I guess, freshman year of high school would have been about the appropriate time for you to have gotten into that. That's a little bit different of an approach. Even to have that entrepreneurship kind of mindset at 14 alone is unusual. But to be like, all right, and YouTube is what's going to be. Was there like a video that kind of inspired you or a gamer who showed you the way? Or was it literally just, what can I possibly do to not have to go back and wash dishes again?
Well, I uploaded my first ever video on my channel when I uploaded that unboxing. It got like 2,000 views, and I was like, I just got an adrenaline rush. I just got like, whoa, like, you know, so many people. That's a lot of people.
It's huge.
I was like, damn.
For a 12-year-old.
Right, 12 years old, 2,000 views. I was like, holy crap, I love this. You know.
Yeah.
And I've had people that have said, like, I've helped them through a lot of stuff, and they love watching my streams, and, you know, they have a tough life, and they love, another thing that I do is I play with a lot of my subscribers. I have 1,200 friends on Fortnite.
Holy cow.
Because I play with all my fans. Every single one, I play with them.
It's got to be exhausting. Do you have to go on silent mode when you go online or something? The invites must be overwhelming.
Yeah, they are at times, but you know, I sort of understand it from their perspective.
Yeah.
I once was like, you know, I mean, if you think about it, think about your favorite celebrity, think about your favorite. I still don't. People say, "Oh my God, Shock, you're such a big YouTuber. Oh, I can't believe I'm talking to you." And I'm like, I really don't understand why people like get nervous when they talk to me. You know, I don't feel like a big YouTuber yet. Like, what? But I guess when people see that 300 viewers watching, they're like, "Whoa."
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's significant. I deal with interacting with streamers all the time, and at 300 concurrent viewers, you start to have some sway. You know, at that point, brands start paying attention to you, and you start to have a little bit more of the perks that you would think of as a traditional influencer. And the cutoff really is about 100 to 250 streamers concurrent. And when you're at 300, you're clear into the other side of that.
Yep.
It's definitely impressive. But even then, I mean, the 5.6 million views, there are TV shows and movies that don't get that many views.
I know, right? That's a pretty big chunk of views, but also at the same time, it's very interesting the amount of people that will watch videos but don't subscribe. Like, imagine if 80% of those people subscribe. I'd have like 4 million subscribers right now. But the problem is that not a lot of people have YouTube channels. I'll have 300 people watching, but there's only 40 people in the chat. That's because barely anybody has channels. They just watch. They don't actually, like,
Consumers.
you know?
Yeah.
It's very interesting how many people don't have channels.
Do you find yourself kind of trying to prod them? I know in the beginning you said you don't try to say too much, follow me, that kind of deal, and capitalize on what you got going on. But there has to be a bit of that going on, right? Do you do it graphically or just audibly, or do you send out text messages? How do you kind of stay on top of that?
More audio. I really like to mention every 5 minutes, you know. One of the things that I really try to do is I say, if anybody is new into the stream, go ahead and say you're new, and I will shout your name out. And then I get like 30 people to say I'm new, and then you get those people that were sort of hiding and are new to say I'm new, and then you say their name, and they're like, whoa, he said my name, and most likely they subscribe.
Yeah, you make them feel something.
You make them, yeah, definitely, exactly. That's I've really been trying to learn how to. I mean, when you're small, like I still consider myself a small YouTuber. When you're small like me, you have to learn how to grow. You have to.
So I noticed that when looking over your stats for your channel, between April and July of 2017, you had an unusual surge in traffic compared to the other time periods. Do you remember this time frame, or can you attest it to any specific action or a campaign maybe that you were doing at the time?
April and July of 2017?
Yeah, 2017. So early to mid-summer, basically, of last year.
Let's see. Well, that is when I just started streaming Black Ops 3 Zombies, I believe.
Okay.
I think that's where those views and stuff came from, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so a new popular game came out, which is what fell within your specialty, so everybody wanted to come take a peek at it from a guy that they knew played it.
That was the first time I started streaming. Right about that time, Black Ops 3 Zombies. That's when Black Ops 3 Zombies was really big, really big on YouTube. I mean, there were people getting so many views, and I think that's where those subs came from.
Yeah, a lot can be said for playing a new and popular game, right? That's a lot of reasons why you're on Fortnite right now, even.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, you have to evolve with what's in the go.
So you mentioned a second ago that you've been able to afford yourself a beautiful life off of your channel and your streaming activity, and you never quite had to go get a real job. Which I love, by the way. This is the time for people to make money in games. And it's really cool to see that you've done it as far as getting yourself a car. Or is it a truck? I think I saw you throw a picture of a huge truck on your socials. Oh, is that a video?
Well, I think it might have been a video. I have a 2005 Subaru WRX STI.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of that. It's a really sporty car. It's got a turbocharger. You know, it's got
little rally car.
I've modded it all out. It's got the huge wing. I painted it.
Do you race it in real life? Do you ever take it to a track and give it a go?
There's not really any tracks up here.
Yeah.
Nothing
official.
Nothing official. You know, I have raced. Not really race, you know, just like a rolling.
Try it out, yeah.
You know, just try it out.
Yeah.
But you know, it's interesting because it is my dream car. I've always wanted this car. I don't know if you know what it looks like, but it's always been my dream car to have this car, and I'm so surprised and fortunate to actually have it at 18 years old in my senior year in high school.
Yeah, that's really impressive in itself. When I went to high school, we only had one kid who ended up doing something of that scale, and he got it, I think his junior or senior year of high school. But, you know, graduating class of 500, school of 3,000 or 4,000, there was only one person who managed to do it. So that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. But how did you, I guess my question really falls into how did you manage to do it? You don't got to give me specifics as far as how much you made or where, but what could you explain a little bit to people who don't quite understand how to pull a dollar out of YouTube in the way that you do? How does it sort of break down between maybe ad revenue, partnership revenue, or whatever kind of ways that you kind of manage to make it work?
Well, I'd say a big part is what's interesting to people is my smallest amount of income is from YouTube views. That might sound weird to a lot of people, but my smallest amount of income is YouTube views. YouTube views don't really make a lot of money. It's only like $2 per like 1,000 views. So I mean, so there's YouTube views, and then I'd say next up is probably, well, I'd say first is merchandise. I've sold about 100 things of my merchandise. And then so I would put merchandise in, and then I would put probably the YouTube views, and then I would put donators and stuff from streaming. Streaming and stuff, you know, people donate and stuff. That's a really big one. And then I would have to put probably sponsors and things. You guys have definitely been a huge part in my affiliate links, and people, hundreds of people using my code has really helped me earning things, definitely. I'd probably put sponsors as number one. That's a really important thing.
It sounds a little bit more like even a traditional blog type setup where people would think that you're getting off of ad revenue, but it really comes down to those partnerships that you get that wants to get in front of that ads. I mean, the connection that we've had has been very worth it for us. I know that the free product that we've been able to provide and the money that you've made for every single sale that you've offered us it's such a great deal back and forth, and you've found such success, and it's really kind of impressive. I can see clearly Gfuel's probably doing something similar for you in one way or another.
Gfuel is actually my next thing that I'm going for. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I partner with Gfuel and I get a code, that would be the next massive journey for me.
Yeah.
Because the amount of people that watch my Gfuel videos and the tens of thousands of people would probably use my code. But Gfuel doesn't seem to notice that, and I think that's why they haven't sponsored me yet.
Yeah.
They haven't really noticed the amount of people that would use my code.
Yeah. Seems like a huge missed opportunity for them, that they're taking for granted the ads that you've made for them.
Exactly.
And they're not quite reciprocating with the value that you've earned. In my opinion, as a guy who owned a brand, I'd give you a code. That's a no-brainer.
I know. I don't, like, when I talk about it, I don't want to sound like, oh, you know, I should have a code. I don't want to be like that. But
I'm not getting that
saying,
impression
like,
at all. No, you're in a very strong position to deserve a code. So I can see your point of view. But you've said, you mentioned up in a way that you're working towards creating more of an independent brand appeal rather than a Gfuel appeal.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Like I barely upload a Gfuel video a week now. I'm really trying to be that independent type of channel now.
Well, with that though, I know a lot of people only are really specific about the kind of audience that they collect, the kind of followers that they gain. You said just a second ago that you don't really upload a Gfuel video every week now, and that you've kind of reduced that a little bit. How much could you say that your audience impacts what you do? And the fact that you do have a lot of Gfuel interest, or you are leaning a little bit to Call of Duty, how do the natural interests of those audiences impact the way that you're creating content?
Well, basically, I did some polls on YouTube. YouTube has a poll system now, or a voting system, and Twitter. So basically, I put out a poll. I said, "What videos do you watch?" You know, or streams. I did like Fortnite videos, Fortnite streams, Call of Duty, and then I did Gfuel. Gfuel was voted about 85% of my fan base only watches my Gfuel videos. That is crazy. The amount of people that are active on my channel only for Gfuel. It's crazy.
That is really disproportionate, considering you've pulled away from Gfuel even. Yeah.
I mean, if I uploaded like a live stream of like Gfuel, like a new flavor taste test, it'd probably get over 1,000 viewers.
Really? I wonder if
Yeah.
you could get a secondary benefit out of that. Secondary sponsor, sub-sponsor, whatever it could be. Because those are views, right? That's traffic. Granted, it's about a topic, but, you know, it's content that gets eyes. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, another sponsor that I've noticed something. If you sponsor with really, really, really big companies, they don't really pay too much attention. There's not really much connection there. Like, I am sponsored by Logitech. I'm officially like sponsored. I'm just not like partnered. I'm officially sponsored and everything. I have my own link and this and that and everything. And they, you know, I feel very proud to say that, you know, I'm sponsored by Logitech. They're one of the biggest companies out there. But at the same time, they don't. The last time they talked to me was like 2 years ago. And I just don't really appreciate that as being a partner.
Of course. It's a personal relationship. That's why it's a partnership.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, well, I unfortunately, we're hearing similar words as more and more large brands get into this influencer space for gaming and things like that. We're starting to get a little bit more of the dynamics involved, and it's very uncommon for a significantly sized brand, even in the gaming industry, to have that kind of personal approach, which these types of platforms demand, right?
Yeah.
It's really really unusual. What would you say that a personal habit that contributes most to your success?
What do you mean? Like something that I do that I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah, so it seems like your perseverance through 2015 really helped you succeed, and your ability to adapt and kind of understand some of the trends and tips have helped you gain followers. But what do you think it is that's helped you be so successful? Is it really consistency?
Well, I think number one thing is just you almost have to be mentally different or mentally weird to grow on YouTube, because you literally have to have the mindset of, even though I'm not growing, I'm making a video today. Even though I didn't get a sub, I'm still streaming. You know, even it's always just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old, and I've never missed like 4 days.
Wow.
You know,
it's a huge part of your life.
And my whole thing is not be the biggest out there. I don't make a video every day being like, oh, I want more money. Oh, I want to grow so much. I'm just satisfied when some people watch my video. I'm not trying to grow the fastest. If I was trying to grow the fastest, my whole channel would be filled with so many clickbait videos. You know, I guarantee you I could have 1 million subscribers right now, but I would have so many clickbaity, terrible, so many hatred people
really low
on my
quality
channel.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you're in it just for the love of the game and the consistency and the dedication that you have for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know how to grow. I know what to do. I understand the Fortnite community. I can upload these Fortnite compilation videos and get 1 million views, but I don't want to do that.
What do you think your favorite accomplishment or your most favorite accomplishment has been in doing what you do?
Probably I'd say, I don't know. I think my biggest accomplishment would be, I don't know, partnering with companies, and working with YouTube, and getting the check mark and stuff like that.
So establishing an online brand presence that got verified.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment. I know many people don't get that check mark, especially as every platform seems to take it down periodically. and raise their limitations higher and higher as it gets more and more popular. So to have that, it's going to become more and more enviable, most likely. That's really cool that you got it so long ago. What do you think has been the biggest hurdle that you faced to get to where you are today?
Like the biggest challenge?
Yeah.
Probably the biggest challenge. Let's see. Internet. Probably it's been internet. I've always had slow internet until last year. So that is like 5 years of slow internet. And when I say slow internet, I mean dial-up. I don't remember if you. I don't know if you know what dial-up is, but dial-up. That is what I had for 5 years. It took me all night to upload a 2-minute video, and that just shows how freaking stupid and passionate I was.
Yeah, no, legit. I don't know how. Like, if anything went wrong in your upload process, you just lost a day. Wow, that happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I mean, I'm over here 150, and it takes me 3 hours to upload a premiere to Twitch. You literally couldn't do it, I imagine.
Yeah, I have. It just a lot of people take internet for granted, but now I have 115 down and like 20 up, and this is all I need. I'm so happy I can do everything I want. It's so amazing,
Well,
yeah.
Don't rest yourself too quickly. You got 1 gigabyte per second, 1,000 megabytes per second coming out soon with 5G and Google Fiber. So, hold on.
Boy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get quick real
boy.
soon. I think Verizon's getting 5G here in October. They're starting to release home units. It's gonna be fun.
My gosh, yeah. I'm using Charter Spectrum at the moment. A lot of people actually hate on Charter and Spectrum and Time Warner Cable, but I have not had one issue. Nothing. All year long, always works, never dies, always steady.
I should give that a shot. I'm using Verizon. It is not the same case.
Really? That's so weird. It's so interesting. I see so many people say, like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. Maybe it's because I live, like, kind of in the middle of nowhere in Vermont, and no one around here uses internet.
You're just using it all yourself? Yeah, I got one card. I think they call it a pond card that splits me across 12 or 30 different apartments near me. It's...
Oh, my gosh.
You can tell when people are at home and my connection starts to dip a little bit. The Wi-Fi goes haywire. That's
weird. Yeah, mine never goes down.
Yeah, you got pretty fortunate then. You're out there in the middle of nowhere just getting all the internet for yourself, aren't you?
Exactly.
Genius.
And it's not even gigabit or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
who needs gigabit when you got all of it?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think? We're wrapping up real quick. You've been doing a great job. I thank you again so much. I've only got a couple small things left. Basically, what the last two I think would be, what is your biggest learning experience? A lot of people sometimes make faux pas, say things they shouldn't have said, or didn't reply to that email they should have replied to. Whatever it happens to be, it may be downloading that one tool that cost you your 2015 upset. But what do you think is the one biggest learning experience that you've made across the years?
The biggest learning experience is probably... I mean, I would not take away my videos getting deleted or my channel getting taken down, because that has taught me and made me stronger and all that stuff, and it's brought more people to me. But I'd say my biggest learning experience has been sort of like procrastination is really bad. Like, I bet you I could have double the amount of videos as I do now if I didn't, open YouTube and watch that video while I'm editing, and, there goes 20 minutes. I mean, I could probably upload 5 videos a day and stream, but, I don't know. My biggest learning experience is definitely trying to balance out, trying to keep your mindset just set on making a video, making a stream, and just like, I have, let's see, I have like 5 videos sitting on my desktop and like 2 ideas, but they've been sitting there for like 2 weeks. I haven't gotten to it. because I get home from school and I'm like, I just want to stream,
Mhm.
you know.
That's the easiest path right now, right? Streaming and exporting to YouTube. It's become a bit of
Yeah.
a labor that doesn't have the same
But-
one-to-one it used to.
I also should, you know, create some Gfuel videos, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I have a lot of fans for those, but I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's a form of procrastination that I still am learning. I'm learning how to overcome it and try to be more dedicated.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. That's the battle you'll always be fighting. It doesn't ever change. I mean, I'm on top of 3 companies right now with more things to do than I can even imagine, and I find myself procrastinating all day. You know, for me, it comes up to the stress. If I feel like I have too many different tasks at once, it becomes overwhelming for me. So I've learned to break it down a little bit.
Yeah, how did you, if you don't mind me asking, how did you go from restaurant to gaming chairs?
That was about a 6 to 8 year path from training myself how to code online, learning Adobe Suites and how to design, and then partnering with a high school, or I guess a middle school, good friend of mine who picked up some marketing stuff. Together we started doing some contracts, and then in our downtime we picked up side projects for ourselves, basically creating stuff from scratch instead of marketing somebody else's project.
Yep.
And the first one was a hosting company that became famous, international server hosting company called Apex Minecraft Hosting. And then we also have the chair company, which a couple years ago we started working on once we had basically automated Apex. And we still own and operate all of them today.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I'm just gonna let you know, like, when I first was emailing you guys, I also emailed, like, let's see, probably like 10 other chair companies, but you guys were the only guys that sort of saw me, and in my eyes, those other chair companies missed out because I could have taken that company and sort of, you know, boosted it up there. But I'm so glad you guys replied, and because I've just loved the whole team and everything.
Well, we're so glad you applied as well. Like we've said several times on this call already, your account stands out. Your early access to us and your willingness to help us soon and the quality of stuff that you made for us really, really helped. And I think it would have been harder for us to get to where we are today without you. So
yeah, definitely.
We're appreciative.
Thank you.
And right back at you. That's kind of where we came from. We're gamers ourselves. The reason we even work in games is because we were playing games and someone's like, oh, how do I do this? Oh, do a video tutorial guide. And that became a first business, which then led to, well, we're playing games. I hear this biggest game in the world's Minecraft, you know. So it really was just a parlay of the games we were playing, the games we were interested in, and kind of a way to not really have that real job, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But because of that, interacting with guys like you know, talking with you, watching your streams and getting to know you is just kind of where we want it to come from, and where I don't think it has to go beyond. That a lot of these big brands lack that, the fact that they were themselves the people who would be doing it. You know what I mean? They're trying to get into the market, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would love to wear some more like OPSeat related merch. I don't know if you guys have come out with anything other than a t-shirt in
We have not come out with anything other than a t-shirt in a short period of time. There's a book called what is it? 100 Day Startup. Basically, it's the first 100 days of a startup and the things you're supposed to do, and one of them is the free t-shirt. So we created a program where we created a t-shirt which we give incentives for people to post their gaming rigs online, and we give them free t-shirts. And then if you work with us, do well, we give you t-shirts and stickers and all that jazz. So it was basically initially just a marketing campaign, right? And of course, everyone likes good swag, and I wear them all the time anyways. I give them to my friends. But it kind of stood there. But now that we've actually really got enough traction and stuff, I've been designing stuff back here. So we've got hats coming out, jackets coming out. We got leather care kits, mouse pads, all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, I'm definitely really excited about that. I was actually going to mention, hats and jackets in a second here because, I would really love to, take some more pictures, some more professional pictures and stuff, of setups and wearing the stuff.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
All that stuff.
We'll make sure to send you a free copy of everything we come out with so you can tell us how it is.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah. So, last question, bit of a softball, but I ask everybody, mostly because it seems everybody kind of lights up a little bit about it.
Yep.
Gamers have a lot of strong feelings about their rig. There's a lot of love and hate that goes into the things that they use on an active basis to do what they do. Whether it's your camera, it's your tower, those things are important, but it really comes down to your peripherals, the things that you're actively touching. Headphones, keyboards, mice, whatever it is, everyone seems to have something that they're disproportionately a fan of. What is yours?
Yep.
What's your favorite peripheral?
Oh, wow. How did you guys know? Well, I always tell people to buy Astro A50s. Especially the Astro A50s, like the Gen 3, Gen 4. Especially the new ones, the Gen 4s. Because they're like, oh my god, $300, that's so much. The battery life never, ever goes down. They never break. They always work. They always sound great. They're just so good. And especially these new ones. What Astro did was the smartest thing. They basically made it so you can just set your headset down and it's almost like a form of wireless charging. Because a problem that I had with the older ones is you would keep on plugging in that charge and eventually that plug would like break. But now that it's a form of just setting the headset down and it's like it's kind of like a magnet charger.
Inductive charging.
You set it down on a dock thing. So there's no plugs, no nothing. It's just which is very smart of them because now there's no plugs to break or anything. There's no ports to break. So this headset, I feel like it is going to last forever. And I feel like Astros, people question the $300, but I've had Logitech, I've had Turtle Beach, I've had Astros, and Astros are the best. Hands down. I feel everybody should try them. And I'm not even sponsored by them at all.
Maybe you should. That was a really good pitch, man. You become the Astro god in no time.
Oh, man.
Thank you again for coming on down today. I really appreciate you doing it, and I've had a really good time talking with you.
No problem.
We've been kind of dancing around each other again for so long. It's nice to finally get to actually have a full conversation with you and beyond just the little bit that we go back and forth on. What's up?
What's the I had one more question. What's the deal with Craig?
Oh yeah, Craig. Craig is a secret person actually. Craig is not a real man. He is a combined persona for both the owners of OPSeat. John and I are both equal partners of this company, and you can only have one name on an email account. So when we shared an email account, we created up with an alternate persona that was neither one nor the other. That way we can both kind of be together. And it's just one of those things that in conversation and email, if you ever bring it up, we will correct you. To be like, sorry, it's us. We'll sign it us. You know, we're always talking us. But inevitably someone's like, oh, Craig, it was really great talking to you last week, you know. So it's one of those awkward things. We kind of started using personal accounts to kind of compensate, but then you're just CCing everybody all the time. So Craig is basically a fiction of our imagination. But with that, I loved it so much, and we did this on another company as well, where we took our fake persona and we're turning it into chatbot. So when we do get a virtual assistant chatbot type structure, his name will be Craig.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. So
who's in charge of the Twitter though?
Twitter is run by a guy called Ander. His live streamer is his tag is Drew P. Drawers. He's a Twitch streamer, partner streamer, and actually we did a video interview on him about 2 weeks ago, if you want to go hear his story.
Right, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, so there were some times when I would message on Twitter and the person would know who I am, and then the next day they would not know who I am, and I was like, what? I was like, can I get in touch with Craig? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
so what happened is I actually have all those things on my phone and on my computer as well. And out of the two owners, I'm the one who's most likely going to log into the social accounts to interact with people. And so when we picked up our first social guy, he wasn't as familiar with our traditional partnerships as I was. So I'd hop
Yep.
on and talk, and we sometimes would share some of the same threads. But
Yeah.
nowadays, we actually have a live support system called Zendesk, which it's a
Yep.
multi-channel marketing system, so everything goes into a ticket system, so we never lose a message. And in those situations, if you DM us, it's going to go to a support system, which is one of several people at this point.
Yeah.
But if you ever need anything, just be like, "Yo, I need to talk to Seth," or just "I need to talk to Craig," or we'll get you to the right person. There's enough of us back here that recognize you.
Sweet. Yeah, I also wanted to say the new packaging for the the seats is really good, because I remember a few years ago when two and a half years ago when I got the first chair. I don't believe it had any branding on the box at all, and I remember even there were maybe some parts poking out and stuff. But the new packaging, it's very good. There's no nothing poking out, no big dents, really thick cardboard and stuff. So I just wanted to say, you guys have really upgraded the packaging as well.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a little secret. Not many people know, but the first chair that you got was actually the very first round of chairs that we produced.
Oh wow!
I got a chair off the same boat. I physically went and pulled it off myself, and I gave it. My girlfriend has it now. So there were some things. I mean, as every company gets started, first iteration is different. We've done many times many more containers since then, many thousands. But we've made slow iterations, and if I really appreciate what you said. I'm the guy who designs the boxes and redoes all that kind of stuff. So we actually have another iteration on the way as well. We're waiting to release it for the 2019 edition, but it's gonna add a little bit more of a gamification to the unboxing experience. So
yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I mean, the two other chairs that I've received, those are in very good hands, because those are in other teenagers' houses. I go to high school, so I when I was done with those chairs, I told tons of kids in my high school, anybody want a gaming chair? So you get OPSeat's got a little more promotion in some other kid's house right now.
Well, that's more than I could have asked for. I appreciate you spreading the good word across your school. That's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. People see that chair, and I was only, I was only asking like $50 for it if anybody wants it, and anybody in my school, and they're like, dude, this chair looks so sick. What? Only $50? Yeah. They're like, holy crap.
It's a really good deal. Yeah, no. We've never sold one for that cheap, so it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. I mean, I used it for like a year and a half, so
cool.
I decided to let it go when you guys sent me a new one.
Well, we've made some upgrades to the chairs models themselves, not just the unboxing packaging. What did you think of the improvements we made to the GM versus the original 2017?
I definitely, I think the Grandmaster is a lot better, because, I notice a significant difference in cooling, because it's kind of perforated, I think it's called.
Perforated, yeah.
Yeah, perforated. And I also just the softness of it and everything, because it has thicker foam to it, right?
Yeah, we have a custom, not a custom, it's a special way that we're applying the PU leather to give it an extra softness that other people don't do.
Yeah,
it's a composite of sorts.
Yeah, definitely. And I really like how the armrests are, I guess you could say, in a way, more soft or squishy.
Yeah,
I don't know what
they have a little bit more of a padding on the top of them. The 4D armrests are a little bit more, I don't say well-rounded, but they're a little thicker, they're a little wider, they're a little longer, and they're a little flatter.
I absolutely love the red stitching. I wish I could have done that to my car steering wheel.
It's so nice, right?
It's so nice. I love the red stitching. Just little things.
I've got an idea, actually. So this pillow right here, I don't know if you noticed, but it's not the same pillow you have. I'm testing a new memory foam pillow over here. And I love it. I think it's great. We're going to be adding them to the chairs in 2019. But I'm thinking of doing that stitching, just making a black pillow and just doing color match stitching around the edge of the pillow.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, that might work.
Think that'd be good?
I think that's totally up to you. I'm going to be honest with you. When I am on my computer, I always have the pillow on my chair, but when I'm on my computer, 90% of the time, I am leaning forward using my keyboard.
Mm.
I very rarely will lay back
Mm-hmm.
and use the pillow.
So do you not use the
Very
lumbar
rarely.
pillow then, I take it?
Not really.
Mm.
And also I'm only like 5'9", so it's not, my neck doesn't perfectly line up with the pillow. It's a little bit below.
That's actually why you're going to like this next version. The way we're clipping it on is slightly different, so it sits lower on the chair. So
Awesome.
I don't know if you noticed, but it actually is cut through the eyes instead of around the side. So it ends
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm similar. I'm 5'10", so I got to get just a little bit extra. So the business partner, John, he's actually 6'5", so he gets the higher version. So he was
6'5",
always really
wow.
happy with the top one, you know? So I think you're
that's
going to get some improvements. And the new lumbar pillow, it's memory foam as well, a little bigger. You may actually want to use it. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, wow.
We'll send you one when they're ready.
Sounds awesome.
Great. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much again for coming on down here. It was really fun to get to know you. Are you going into any events
no
this
problem.
year? Is there any way that our viewers can come see you, or maybe we can meet up and have a drink? Coca-Cola?
I really would like to go to an event. I have wanted to for so long, but I'm not sure what. You know, maybe I will try to go to E3 this year.
Ooh.
I'm gonna really give it my all to go to E3.
That's a big one. Well, you should consider doing a TwitchCon or something like that as well. If not this year, then next year. We would love to see you and come hang out and get some streamer details. Get those tips you won't give me on camera.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what do you guys go to any events? What events? do you
Yeah,
go to?
we're going to be in Gatorland here this weekend on the 22nd of September.
Yep.
It's the Gatorland, or UF has the largest esports club in Florida, and the largest
Yeah.
event of the year is Gatorland. We're going to be in TwitchCon here at the end of October. We're probably going to be going to DreamHack as well. We haven't got any of the PAXs yet, but we're working on it. So.
Yeah, I have one more thing that I forgot to say.
What's up?
I would absolutely love if you guys would do something where, let's say you put like, let's say like you could put like the Shock logo on like the back of my chair. Like that would be the coolest thing, you know? Or maybe a whole chair themed.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I completely
around
agree.
it.
I want to do this really bad, and we've actually been looking into do it. The problem is quantity. It becomes a little bit difficult to manage, and the lead time is about 90 days. So the alternative we have is to do customized pillows, where the pillows kind of have your logo embroidered on them, you know, something nice that you can touch.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely more of something that you could do right there.
Yeah, and then people could, you know, just buy a custom pillow instead of a custom chair. It's more affordable. That's kind of what we're about. So
yeah, that does make sense now, because like to have a custom chair, you would only be able to get one, and then when things are one, it's more expensive than a big lot or quantity.
Yeah, we may release custom version chairs coming up soon for some of the esports teams that we sponsor, but the volume that you have to purchase for that is really, it's an investment. So we're still looking into do the one-offs. I'd love to do them, but I don't see them as a full chair being accessible within the next year or so, you know. We're kind of putting our focus into these tables because they're just so awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
No, I'll keep you in mind though. As far as something right behind the head, like right, you know, behind the headrest or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd love to put something there too, so when you're behind it, you could get that back shot, and it's still like somewhat your branding, you know. I think that's a really good idea as well.
Exactly. Yep.
We'll get there. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you again. If you have any questions or anything, or want to go back over anything afterwards, let me know. But we're going to be airing this next week. It's going to be airing Friday at 6 p.m. on Twitch, and then we're going to compress the audio and export it for anywhere that you can get a podcast, and then we'll upload the video to YouTube and make a blog afterwards as well.